In this lesson, I've done something up front, and basically I brought down the bike kids on the bike, and sunny afternoon clip, and then clipped it to end right about here, put a transition on the end. Listen to the very end. Now, we did this exact thing earlier. What I'm talking about in this lesson is working with the audio in panning the audio. I chose this clip because the kids kind of start on the left and they come and exit on the right. It could be, I don't know, a runner, a truck going by, left to right or right to left. And what you want is such realism is you want the sound to come out, say, of the left speaker and slowly go to the right speaker. It's called panning. So let's do this. Let's come up here and open up our inspector and make sure you do have sunny afternoon selected. Starting down here, you can change this from stereo to dual mono, reverse stereo, or reset. Now, reset just resets it back to its normal default value, which is stereo. You also might get involved in surround sound. Now, what I'm talking about in this lesson is this up here, volume and pan. And I'm going to give you a little taste of what's called surround sound too. In here, we have a pan mode. And if you select that, you've got all kinds of stuff. Stereo left to right is kind of the one I would like. You've got create space, dialogue, music, ambiance, circle, rotate, and that's audio, rotating it around the speakers, whatever you want to do. I want to do stereo left and right. Now, we also need something open so you can see this, and that is our audio meters, and that's clicking right here. Now, if I play this again, watch the audio meters. Well, they're pretty much balanced out. It's stereo. There's always a difference between the two. That's why it's stereo, but they're pretty much balanced out. I want the music to start on the left and go to the right. So I've got stereo left and right as a pan mode, but I also have to add keyframes so it knows what I'm doing. So let's do this. Let's start on this end right here, right at the beginning. And if we come over here, we can add a keyframe on pan amount. Now I want pan on the left here. Let's move our playhead to the end of our stereo clip and add another keyframe and pan all the way to the right. Now if I pull this back over here again, watch the audio meters because this would be rather difficult for you to hear through this lesson in this training. You could see by panning it, we started on the left side and we went to the right side. So it adds a little bit of realism, I think, to what you're doing with your audio, and it's not just cut and dry stereo. Let me show you something else, though, in surround sound. Let's go back up to pan mode here and go down to music. Now, in music, I love this. That's surround sound panner. That's all the speakers you get in surround sound. Now, if for whatever reason you're doing surround sound and you don't want a speaker to be active during the playback, you can click on it right here and turn it off. But the other cool thing, and think about how we did left to right in panning. I could theoretically create a keyframe, say on the left-hand side, and then move this, now watch what happens, and say move it over here, and then add another keyframe, and then move it over here. And you can see the volume going by the little dots as you move it around, surround sound. Now, it's a little bit beyond a basic course, but as you can see, you do have, in terms of working in audio, some very powerful features in Final Cut Pro.